You're listening to a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.
From Worthen Arena in Muncie, Indiana, it is Saturday afternoon action as the Ball State Cardinals host the Kent State Golden Flashes. It's a nationally televised game, and it is a big crowd for an exciting matchup between two teams that are looking to make some noise in Cleveland. My name is Maxwell Gillie, thrilled to be joined by Sam Egan. And Sam, these are two teams, they've had a lot of success this season, but the big thing is recently there have been some lows for both of these teams.
Yeah, some struggles as of late, but you can expect that in a basketball season. There's going to be some highs, there's going to be some lows. With a team like Ball State, who hasn't had many lows since the start of the new year, you expect them to at least cool off a little bit from the hot start that they have, but you just hope that they get hot at the right time, and that's in March.
So Ball State this season, 20-6. They've already clinched a spot in the MAC tournament in Cleveland, but their lone loss in conference play, it was last Wednesday at Toledo. Big crowd, close matchup. They lose 70-66. Only a 4-point loss, but what are some of the things I guess Ball State can learn from that one?
Well, you got to understand that sometimes things aren't going to go your way, and I mean, it was a Toledo team that just played an unbelievable basketball game, and sometimes when you're in an environment like that, you're just going to get beat. That's college basketball. That's the landscape of this game, and that's just going to happen. But you know that you know how they beat you, and you're probably going to play that team again in Cleveland, so you got to know how to prepare to beat that team when it gets to that stage in Cleveland. But one thing that I really liked from that game was the performance from Alex Richard. An unbelievable performance, a career high of 33 points. So you saw a lot of things to like. There's a lot of great takeaways. Unfortunately, the ball did just end up at the court at the end.
And again, it was Alex Richards. You mentioned 33 points. It just felt like the rest of the Cardinals weren't able to contribute as much. We'll turn our attention to the visitors now. The Kent State Golden Flashes, 16-10 this season, and they're looking to avoid 3 straight conference losses for the first time since 2019. This is a talented team, but they've also struggled as of late.
Yeah, very talented team, but like the Ball State Cardinals, they've also been bitten by the injury bug, maybe even a little bit more with the injury bug. They've seen some really significant injuries throughout the season, and that has just cost them big-time minutes from players that they've had returning from that team that won the MAC championship last season.
And again, you mentioned MAC champions last season. They were able to make the NCAA tournament, losing eventually to Notre Dame. Well, we look at the MAC standings before the Cardinals run out here quickly. Ball State is first in the conference, 12-1. Buffalo, Toledo tied for second at 10-3. Miami, Kent State, 8-5, tied for fourth. So I bring this up because Ball State has that 2-game advantage over the rest of the opponents with only a few games left in the regular season. Big thing to note there is Ball State hasn't won an outright regular season title since 2003. This has been a special season, and the Cardinals would love to get a win here today.
Yeah, they're looking for a W today. It would really almost significantly boost their odds to win that outright MAC championship. It looked like last year that it was all for the taking for them. Then Toledo just got hot. They stayed hot, and they beat that Ball State team last season as well and ended up as the MAC outright season champions. And Ball State, you mentioned that 2-game lead. The ball's in their court. They have their control of their own destiny, and a win today against a top 5 team in the conference would do wonders.
And one important thing to mention is the fact that this is a nationally televised game. Does that give you, as a player, even more, I guess, of a reason to want to win?
Absolutely. I mean, you want to win every game. But when you're playing on a national televised game, I mean, all your friends back home are watching, your family's watching. You know there's going to be people from the outside world watching, and biggest eyes are on Allie Becky, who has been a storyline all season long, and for the first time all season long, the world gets to watch Allie Becky, and that's going to be a spectacle to that.
And Allie Becky, Becky Hammond, Mid-Major Player of the Year finalist. She's one of the favorites for the MAC Player of the Year. She's definitely been special. So, meanwhile, we mentioned Allie Becky being impressive. Let's turn our attention to Kent State. Who's the player you're going to be wanting to watch out for?
I feel like there's one player in mind that's an obvious take, and it's Jenna Batch, the Loveland, Ohio native. So one of the few in-state players for this Kent State team, one of three, but she leads them in numerous categories, including points. She's averaging 16.5 a game, which has been an incredible mark this season. And maybe my best stat about her, she's shooting 91% from the free throw line. So when you put her at the free throw line, does not matter the situation. She's going to get you that big-time 2 points when you need it most.
And in what could be a close game, that will be something talked about for sure. So, Ball State, Kent State, such an exciting matchup. This is the 70th meeting between these two programs. Kent State leads overall 44-25, but Ball State's been pretty special at home, 19-12 all time against Kent State here in Muncie. But the big thing to know is Kent State, they've lost to Ball State 4 straight times in the regular season. I mean, the last time they had that win against Ball State, we have to go all the way back to January 9th, 2022. It's been 3 years since Kent State's won here, so they also want to get the win. They know they're on national television. They know Ball State's one of the best teams. This would be a critical win for the Golden Flashes.
Absolutely, but this Ball State team still wants to seek revenge against a Kent State team that they've lost in the MAC tournament to in the past. Mentioned this core four: Alex Richard, Allie Becky, Madeline Bischoff, and Marie Kiefer. All 4 of them remember that loss in the MAC semifinals just a few years ago so vividly, a year they thought they were going to go to the NCAA tournament. This Kent State team's been in the NCAA tournament before just last year. They've had a coach that's won the MAC Coach of the Year in Todd Starkey, and you have a coach on the opposite side who has had 2 incredible seasons in a row, and Brady Sally looking for his first MAC Coach of the Year potentially this season, and looking for his first NCAA tournament berth as well.
It's going to be an exciting one for sure. Ball State, Kent State, the Think Pink game, a big crowd here in Muncie. You're listening to SL Digital Radio presented by Victory Honda. Muncie will turn our attention away from the anthem. When we come back, we'll get you starters and more here from Worthen Arena on SL Digital presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
For the best stories, access, and coverage of Ball State sports, follow SportsLink on social media platforms Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Search @BSU SportsLink.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Your home for live Ball State sports, streaming right in your timeline.
This is SportsLink Digital.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, Papergo toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
SportsLink is the official production partner of Ball State Athletics.
All the chirp you can handle.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call Wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one mammoth from Mancino's.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Standards. High standards. That's what sets teams apart. It's also what sets us apart at Pridemark Construction. We're not alone in holding our standards high. Ball State University is among those who do. That's why we're proud to sponsor the Ball State Athlete of the Week. High standards in everyday performance is everything in sport, as well as business. Join us in our pursuit of excellence. Join Pridemark Construction for your next building project and in our support of Ball State University's Athlete of the Week.
From the bell tower to your smartphone, anywhere in the world.
Never miss Ball State Sports with SportsLink Digital.
Welcome back to Worthen Arena. It is the Ball State Cardinals and the Kent State Golden Flashes. The color guard just finishing our anthem. Great rendition as well, but Egan, this is a big one.
It's a huge one. You can feel it in the crowd, just how packed Worthen is. Might be the most packed I've seen it all year and maybe my entire tenure here at Ball State. Big crowd here on hand, looking to witness one of the best teams in the MAC, if not the best team in the MAC, and looking to solidify themselves as that here today.
And with only a few home games remaining, Muncie wants to see this team here in person. Well, let's take a look now at the starting lineups. We'll start first for the visitors from Kent State, under the direction, of course, of Todd Starkey. It is the aforementioned player to watch, wearing number 12, Jenna Batch. She is a 6'2" senior guard from Loveland, Ohio. A 5'4" junior guard from Huntington, West Virginia, number 21, Deanna Gray. We have a 5'8" sophomore guard wearing number 23, Maya Babbitt. We have a 6'3" senior forward out of Carmel, Indiana, Bridget Dunn. Great to see a Hoosier in the lineup. And then out of Lansing, Michigan, she's a 6'1" sophomore forward wearing number 34, Janae Seiler. And the member of the All-MAC freshman team actually made her first NCAA start at Ball State 1 year ago. As Worthen looks up at the intro video, we'll talk to you about the starting lineup for the Cardinals. We'll start first with the 5'8" senior wearing 0, Allie Becky out of Brownsburg, Indiana. She has been so very impressive. A 5'7" senior out of Redford, Michigan, transferred from Eastern Michigan, wearing number 11, Michelle Austin. 6'2" senior out of Alexandria, Kentucky, number 14, Marie Kiefer. Out of Avon, Indiana, a 6'1" senior, Alex Richards. Such an incredible performance against Toledo with her 33 points. Then from Indianapolis, Indiana, a Roncalli graduate that's 5'9", wearing number 24, Maddie Bischoff. There's your starting 5 on her head coach, Brady Sowlee. And Egan, let's turn our attention to the matchup at hand. What are some of the things that these teams are going to need to do to get the win here?
I think we've mentioned Jenna Batts, obviously the impact player, but one thing you highlight that really stands out to me, 6'2" guard. There's not really anyone in that Ball State lineup, their tallest guard being 5'10", that can really keep up with that height and bat. So if she just drives to the rim and can facilitate herself at the rim, then it could be a tough day for the Cardinals. But if she, is not an efficient shooter, has struggles of getting to the rim and getting those quick shots off, it will be a long day for the Kent State Golden Flashes, because if she goes, the rest of the team goes. For Ball State, their full court press defense, just how they defend that Kent State team is the key to that team. You'll really figure out in the first 5-6 minutes how the game is going to go. If that full court press is working and Kent State just looks all out of sorts, it might be a depiction of how the rest of the game will go.
And talking about Kent State, how important is it for them to get out to a quick start against Ball State?
Vital. Unbelievable. I mean, this is a huge crowd, the biggest crowd they've maybe played against all season long, if not close to it. So the crowd's going to be into it. It is going to be loud in here. So you need to get off to a quick start and limit the crowd and get them out of it. And not only that, Ball State really is a team that hasn't trailed this much this season. They haven't really trailed much at all, haven't really played in many close games with the exception of their last 5 or 6. So Kent State needs to get off to a quick start, put Ball State in a position they haven't really been in much, and that's behind.
Worthen is rocking. We hope you are excited. It's Ball State, Kent State on a Saturday afternoon. Max Gillie, Sam Egan here on SL Digital. We see Marie Kiefer lining up with Batch for the tip. Here we go from Muncie. Tip-off is won by the Cardinals wearing their white uniforms, gray numbers, and red trim. Immediately, it is Kiefer. She is at the right elbow. Kick out Richard. Right block. Misses. Gets her own rebound. Does Richard. Richard finds Kiefer once again. We see Lachelle Austin right wing. She will not take a 3. Cards already showing you some of their speed. Here comes Becky to Kiefer. Kiefer left block. Score!
So Kiefer gets the bucket right there, but we saw early on there some great defense from Bridget Dunn, the Carmel High School graduate. Some Indiana on Indiana crime. Hoosier on Hoosier. Avon versus Carmel.
2-0 Cardinals lead with 9:20 to go here in the first. It's in the hands of Maya Babbitt now to Batch, the aforementioned player to watch. He's on the far side. Kick out to Dunn. Dunn back to Batch now. Cardinals showing you some of their defensive pressure. There's a turnover. It's back to the Cardinals. This is Maddie Bischoff. Bischoff near side. Kick out. Becky, top the key. Will not take a 3. Trying to get the kick out to her left wing. That would have been in the hands of Lachelle Austin, but it gets tipped out.
So Allie Becky's forcing 2.5 turnovers, nearly 3 per game this season so far, and 62 steals credited to her name on the steal, adding another one right there.
Maddie Bischoff finds it in the hands of Kiefer. Back to Bischoff. Left wing will not take a 3. Richard inside the paint. Shoot and score. Alex Richard able to score.
This has been a key for Ball State, just the drastic growth of Alex Richard this season.
Kent State on the other side in their Navy uniforms. There's the shot that was Janae Tyler out of Lansing, Michigan. The sophomore scores the first basket for Kent State. It's 4-2 with 8:28 to go here in the first. There's Kiefer, top of Kiefer 3. No, misses that one. Kent State going the other way now.
Kiefer only a 33% three-point shooter, only her 49th attempt of the season. She doesn't shoot it much, only when she's open, and just couldn't get to fall there.
Batch finds Tyler. Tyler gets double-teamed inside the restricted zone. She gets her own rebound. Shot number 2 is up. It's missed. Cardinals have it the other way.
Great defense there from Alex Richard, and now getting back to the other side of the court, trying to get herself another bucket. She had quite a bit of those last week.
Allie Becky, left wing 3. Misses. And that'll go out of bounds. Possession for Kent State.
Rare sight for Allie Becky. Miss everything right there, and not a good sign for the Cardinals when Allie Becky isn't in her rhythm. That is, I've never seen that from Allie Becky. That is a sight that is never seen here, especially here at Worth.
It's 4-2 with 7:47 to go here in the first. Advantage to the Ball State Cardinals. Jenna Batch has it near side, finds Tyler. Tyler in the restricted zone. Shoot and score. The sophomore has 4 with 7:35 to go here in the first. We're all tied up 4 apiece.
The All-MAC freshman last year, and you mentioned that she made her first start here at Worth last year and trying to make another big impact start here tonight.
Becky finds Bischoff. Bischoff left corner 3 misses. And it's going back for Kent State now. This is in the hands of Gray. Gray finds it as a Carmel native of Dunn. Dunn will miss that one. Rebound for Cardinals. Here comes Becky the other way. Becky, Bischoff, right wing. She won't take a 3. Now finds Lachelle Austin to Kiefer. Top the key. Cardinals not wanting to force any shots with just about 3 minutes into this one. It's in the hands of Becky. Becky near the max shield. She has to get the pass to Kiefer. Kiefer can't get her hands on it. It is tipped out of bounds.
Couple turnovers from Ball State here early on. You mentioned Kent State needing to just keep up with the Cardinals and getting off to a fast start. This is what they've needed right here. And Ball State not really going with the full court press here to start off, just kind of staying at the half court. And we'll see how that affects this Kent State offense, who really struggled last year with that full court press when they came here to Worthen.
Couple substitutions. Tatiana Thomas makes her debut for Kent State here in this one. Meanwhile, MJ Johnson makes her way into it for the Ball State Cardinals.
You mentioned both teams really rely on a three-point shot. Kent State shooting 36% from beyond the arc.
Here's a 3 from the left wing, and that was Babbitt. She'll miss that one. Rebound for Kent State. It's in the hands of Gray. Gray can't get the top of the key 3. It's back to Ball State now.
Yeah, we mentioned the threes, both firing up a couple threes right there. So Kent State 2 for 7 from the field, and 4 of those shots being three-pointers.
Tie ball game with 6:30 to go here in the first. It's 4-all as Allie Becky has it across the timeline. Kiefer has it now from the right wing. Seeing the size there of Kiefer. Finds it to Lachelle Austin, left side now. Austin not forcing a shot with shot clock down to 10. MJ Johnson has it. Shot clock down to 5. Mid-range jumper, good from the left side.
MJ Johnson, one of the few Cardinals with actual NCAA tournament experience, and she played her most career minutes in that NCAA tournament game, 30 minutes coming in the first round against Nebraska.
5:55 to go here. Cards lead 6-4 in the first. Here's Jenna Batch. Batch right wing. Needs to find an option. That option was Bridget Dunn. It's tipped out of bounds. It's back to the Cardinals. So that's a bad turnover for Kent State.
Back and forth we go. Some sloppy play from both sides. That's turnover number 2 from Batch and from the Kent State team overall.
6-4 with 5:40 to go here in the first. Allie Becky's double teamed at the right wing. Kick out Kiefer at the top of the key. It's stolen away by Tatiana Thomas. Thomas finds it to Babbitt. Babbitt right wing. Can't find an option. Has to get it to Gray. Gray right wing. Score!
So Gray struggled beyond the arc to start off missing a couple tray balls, and she finally gets one to go down. The West Virginia Gatorade Player of the Year back in 2022.
Kent State leads for the first time 7-6. 5:16 to go. This was Kiefer. She tries to get a rebound, and she's going to miss. Kent State going the other way. That's Jenna Batch coast to coast in the restricted zone. She gets the shot. Flashers lead 9-6. 5 minutes to go here in the first. It's Allie Becky from the left wing. Becky finds Kiefer top of the key. Now it's to Bischoff left wing. Austin, Kiefer, going around the horn are the Cardinals. Gets in the hands of MJ Johnson. She's near the right corner. Takes a long jumper for 2. She got it.
That's a great sign. MJ Johnson knocking down a couple of mid-rangers. 4 points. She's had 6 10-plus point games this season already. Looking for a 7th right here today.
Kent State leads 9-8. 4:33 to go here in the first. There's a corner 3. That was Maya Babbitt from the left corner. She's able to score. Makes it 12-8 Flashes with 4:25 here in the first. Allie Becky has it across the timeline. Becky, far side. Finds Bischoff. Bischoff, left wing, long 3 misses. Cards can't get a rebound. It's tipped out as we head to immediate timeout. So, Kent State leads 12-8 with 4:17 here in the first. But, Sam, what have you seen so far in this one?
I'm expecting the scoring to really start amping up. These are 2 teams that are really fast-paced. They love just going quickly with the basketball, getting a shot up within the first 10 seconds of the shot clock, and really going on the fast breaks. And for Ball State, they haven't really been able to penetrate those fast breaks that they've been so good at doing all season long. Some tremendous defense from Kent State that Ball State has really struggled with in the early going, with the exception of MJ Johnson. And what's really interested me with this Kent State defense is they're making really Ball State go deep in the shot clock, forcing them to take tough shots. And with the exception of MJ Johnson, they haven't really been falling with this Cardinals team, shooting 4 for 10 with the exception of MJ Johnson. That's 2 for 10, 20%.
And interesting to see the Cardinals 0 for 4 early from the 3. Is that going to be a problem, you think, in this one?
I'd say you give it a little bit. You give it about the rest of the quarter, see how this timeout goes, see if they come out shooting. I think right now it's a little bit of a cause of concern, but you got to think about it this way. Kent State also started 0 for 3 from 3, and then they hit their next 2. So, I mean, it could flip a script in the blink of an eye, and Allie Becky could just get one to go down. Obviously, that 1-3 she had that didn't look good is a bit of a scary sight, but you feel like one's going to go down for, and once one goes down, they're going to go down in bunches.
So again, today is a really interesting day if you're a Ball State fan, because immediately after this one, Ball State men's basketball in town taking on Buffalo. That should be a fun one for a Saturday afternoon of basketball here. Meanwhile, we turn our attention to this one. Kent State with the 12-8 lead with 4:17 left in the first, and well, we still are in the media time. Now let's turn our attention to learning a little bit more about the head coach of the Cardinals in Brady Sallee. He's in his 13th season here with the Cardinals, his 21st overall as a head coach. But the big thing is the Thomas More grad actually spent some time at Kent State as an assistant from 1995 down to 2002. So that's how he first got his experience in the MAC. So this has to be kind of cool for him. He's no stranger to Kent State, but still, every time you play a team that you coached before, it always has to be pretty cool.
It's always got to be fun, and for Sally, he's always been a winner. You mentioned his 13th season, 257 and 153 all-time in his BSU career. That's the winningest coach in Ball State history. His coaching career as a whole, he's been just as dominant. Had a stint at Eastern Illinois where he spent 8 seasons there, 393 and 263 in his career there. So closing in on the 400 win mark, and depending on how this season goes, it could potentially come this season. Last season for the Cardinals, obviously the most wins in program history with 28, most wins in a row with 14, and most MAC wins with 16. So just other dominance from Brady Sally since he's come to Muncie.
And interesting this season was the fact that the Cardinals went 12-0 to start conference play for the first time. They get that loss at Toledo, and they would love to forget about that one and focus on this one at hand. So it's 12-8. Kent State leads Ball State. Again, Kent State in the Navy uniforms with the white numbers, yellow trim, from a very good day here in Muncie. We're back in the action now. It's Jenna Batch from the right wing. Finds her target of Babbitt on the far side. Babbitt gets double teamed by Alex Richard. Now it's in the hands of Journey Hildebrand. First time we've been able to say Journey's name here today. Batch has it with some pressure from Lachelle Austin. Shot clock down to 7. Batch from the near side. She'll travel.
And that's a walk. I know you mentioned early on in the game the recent success Ball State has had over this Kent State team, but when you look back in the all-time matchup, it's Kent State who's dominated this Ball State team, 42 and 25 all-time.
Back in the action with Shell Austin across the Cardinals. She kicks out to Becky to her left. Becky's going to lose it. Turnover for the Cardinals. Deanna Gray. Gray finds Batch. Batch, right block, misses. But she'll draw a foul.
It's been a seemingly very clean game. The first foul we've seen from either side, and it'll send Batch to the line. She'll shoot 2, and I mentioned in the pregame what impresses me most is her free throw percentage of 91% from the free throw line, and looking to lock down a couple from the charity stripe here right now.
First one is in. The officials say the foul was committed on to Bridget Dunn. So officially Dunn getting now her second free throw. She makes both. And the Flashes lead 14-8. 3:41 to go here in the first. Becky has it now across the timeline. Becky. Brownsburg, Indiana senior finds Alex Richard to MJ Johnson from the right elbow. Becky gets double team, needs to find an option. That option ends up being Grace Kingery from the left wing. 3 points for the freshman. And boy, has that freshman been so very impressive.
Yeah, third on the team in three-point percentage, and she's come up with the big-time three-point shots when they need it most. When the team's been struggling beyond the arc, she comes up with the three-point shot to get everyone else going.
Deanna Gray has it from the left wing now for Kent State. Looks to an option. That option is Batch. Batch from the top of the key will not take a 3. Batch, step back. Right wing 3 misses. Becky with the rebound.
Right answer, the Kingery 3 could not. Now Ball State moving quickly, trying to get a bucket.
Shell Austin at the shield. Finds it in the hands of MJ Johnson. MJ Johnson inside the paint. Left-handed scoop and score. It's 14-13. Kent State leads by 1. And Cardinals were going the other way. It's tipped out by Allie Becky. So we are back in the action. 1-point ball game as Kent State can inbound this in. It is the freshman, 5'11", out of Brunswick, Ohio, Journey Hildebrand.
Yeah, Max, you couldn't ask for a more efficient start from your sixth player and MJ Johnson, 3 for 3 from the field, and she's just taking her shots efficiently and come up with big-time buckets when the Cardinals need it, keeping them in it.
Hildebrand on the far side now. She drives her way inside the paint. She'll shoot, she'll score. 2 points for Hildebrand, makes it 16-13 with 2:25 to go here in the first. This is Lachelle Austin. Finds it to Becky. Becky to Johnson now. Cards not trying to force any shots from the top of the key. Looking Austin left wing 3. She will miss that one. Rebound by Dunn. It's back to Kent State. This is Gray. Gray on the left wing now. Looking to find an option. That option, the freshman, Hildebrand. Hildebrand gets it in the hands of Gray. Gray with some pressure finds it to Babbitt. Now back to Hildebrand, far side. Inside the paint, it was Janae Tyler. She'll miss that one. It was handed off to Babbitt. Babbitt was at the top of the key, can't get a shot as she is fouled. It'll be a second foul for the Cardinals. Foul officially given to Allie Becky, so she joins Alex Richard with 1 foul.
You can write up a better start for this Kent State team. Shooting 50% from the field. They haven't committed any fouls. They've just been playing really disciplined basketball, taking smart shots, and it's been playing in their favor so far.
Dunn has it from the right block. She shoots, she scores. Bridget Dunn makes it 18-13. Advantage Kent State with 1:35 to go here in the first. Here's Lachelle Austin. Austin, right wing, finds MJ Johnson, right block. MJ Johnson to Kingery for 3, left corner, got it.
And it's been the bench for this Ball State team really showing up in this first quarter. Kingery was 6, MJ Johnson was 6 as well, and they're accounting for 12 of the 16 Cardinal points so far.
18-16, 1:10 to go here in the first. This is Jenna Batch. Batch finds it Tyler. Tyler inside the restricted zone. Scoop and score. 1 minute to play.
Guard Tyler right there. Sorry to cut you off, Gillie, but just a great piece of passing right there, working it early in the shot clock and getting a wide open bucket.
2016 with under 60 to play. Advantage Kent State with 4. Here's Lachelle Austin, right wing. She drives herself in the paint. Finds Richard. Richard. Mid-range jumpers missed. It's going back for Batch now and the Golden Flashes. They're across the timeline. Batch slowing it down. She's at the top of the key. Does not look to take that 3. She instead hands it off to Gray. Gray. Near side now. Back to Batch. Screen set by Tyler. Batch left wing. Finds Gray. Gray gets the hand off to Dunn. Dunn. Back to Tyler. Tyler with some pressure from Alex Richard. She'll travel. 14.4 seconds to go. There's a travel, and it'll give the Cardinals the basketball. They're down by 4, 2016.
Yeah, I thought the Cardinals may have gotten away with the kickball violation. They'll take it nonetheless, and with Madeline Bischoff checking back in the game, see if we can get a Bischoff buzzer beater.
Allie Becky across the timeline. 7 seconds to go here in the first. Becky. Down to 3 seconds. 2, 1. Becky, long 2, misses. Kent State leads this one 2016. At the end of the first, we'll take a quick timeout when we come back. Second quarter action from Worthen Arena. It's Ball State, Kent State here on SL Digital.
So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one Mammoth from Mancino's.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Standards. High standards. That's what sets teams apart. It's also what sets us apart at Pridemark Construction. We're not alone in holding our standards high. Ball State University is among those who do. That's why we're proud to sponsor the Ball State Athlete of the Week. High standards in everyday performance is everything in sport, as well as business. Join us in our pursuit of excellence. Join Pridemark Construction for your next building project and in our support of Ball State University's Athlete of the Week.
Ranked number 2 in the nation for sports media by the Broadcast Education Association.
This is Ball State Sports Link.
Sports Link may be number 2, but currently number 1 in the conference is the Ball State Cardinals. However, they are down 2016 as we get ready to start this second quarter. Maxwell Gillie, Sam Egan here on SL Digital, presented by Victory Honda Muncie. Let's talk about the first quarter. Sam, what were some of your main observations?
I think it was very surprising, that first quarter. There was a lot of things we didn't expect. For Ball State, the main headline's got to be the bench. 6 coming from Pingree off the bench, 6 coming from Johnson off the bench. Both have been really, really impressive, at least to start off this ball game here. But the main takeaway for me, Allie Becky, who had 15 straight games with 10-plus points, did not have 10+ in her last game. 0 points in the first quarter. Alex Richard, 33 points, hit the 1,000 career point mark in the last game. Only 2 points to start off this ball game, so need the starters to pick it up a little bit if you're Ball State, which has been a very surprising thing considering how dominant they've been all season long. But you're loving that your bench has picked you up when you need a big shot. You've been struggling beyond the arc. Grace Kingery hits a couple of shots, like I mentioned, when you need a big-time three. Kingery's come off the bench and hit him. MJ Johnson has not missed a shot all day. Neither has Kingery. 5 for 5 from the bench, just efficient shooting and taking smart shots as well.
So Ball State, as we mentioned, down 4 as we look to get this one started off. It'll be Kent State starting this one with Batch. And again, just to reiterate, Kent State going from right to left here. Ball State left to right. We're back in action. Here's Deanna Gray. Gray finds it in the hands of Babbitt. Babbitt, left corner, can't take a three. Finds Thomas. Thomas at the top of the key, finds Bash. Back now to Gray. Gray, right side, needs to look for that option. That option, Bash. Long two from the right side. She'll make it.
4 points and 3 assists so far in the early going for Batch. She's been very impressive, and it's just been well distributed from Kent State. Not one player dominating the score sheet.
22-16 with 9:28 to go here in the second. Kiefer attempting the three-pointer, misses that one. Kingery gets the rebound. Kingery from the left block misses that as well. Fight for the basketball, Kent State ends up victorious there. Tyler finds it to Dunn. Kent State going the other way now. This is Gray from the far side. Gray to Babbitt. Babbitt doesn't look to take the shot. Heaves it across court to Batch. Batch left wing. Drives her way inside the paint. Kick out to Gray. Gray, right wing three, misses. Tyler with the rebound. Tyler gets double teamed. Needs to look for an option on the far side now. That option ends up being Gray. Gray to Thomas. Thomas gets fouled.
Thomas takes a hard foul right there. The 5'10 junior out of Bolingbrook, Illinois, and averaging only 5.5 points per game in her 13 minutes that she's averaging so far this season, but making the most of her performance so far here in this ball game and looking for her first points, going to the charity stripe for 2.
Foul given to Marie Kiefer. It'll be her first, team's first. Free throw number 1 by Thomas is good.
And what this Golden Flashes team really likes about Thomas the most is what she brings on the defensive end. She's just been locked down defensively so far.
Flashes lead this one 24-16, 8:48 to go here in the first half. Again, Cardinals, we're 12-1 in conference. They have struggled so far in this one. This is Allie Becky handing it off to Richard at the top of here. Richard to Kiefer. Now back in the hands of Becky from the far side. Becky finds Bischoff. Bischoff, Richard. Richard inside the arc. Gets it to Becky left wing. Becky can't take a shot. We're going past the rock to everyone now. Kiefer, top of the key. She tries to drive her way inside, but there's some contact there by Tyler. That's going to be the first foul committed by Kent State.
First foul all day from Kent State. We're in the second quarter, and you mentioned Ball State giving it to everybody. They can't find a shot right now. It's been excellent defense from Kent State, and Ball State just lucky that that the Flashes got called with a foul.
Alex Richard off the inbound, takes the 2. She'll miss that one. Rebound for Kent State. Golden Flashes going the other way now, and who else would it be? Batch has it far side. She's double teamed, but doesn't matter. Gets across 2 defenders and scores.
Golden Flashes double-digit lead here. That's just been a surgence here over the last 5 minutes or so.
As we mentioned, Kent State leads 26-16, 7:52 to go in this ball game. Becky gets double teamed. She is inside the paint. No look pass. Kiefer for 3. Misses that one at the top of the key. And there goes Tyler. Another big rebound. Heading the other way is Gray. Gray on the left wing. Tyler tries to set a screen. Double teamed is Gray. Needs to find an option. That option is Thomas. Thomas from the left block. Misses that one. Rebound for Marie Kiefer. Cards have it going the other way.
It's an 8-0 Kent State run. Something's got to be done by this Ball State team to limit the damage and stop the bleeding.
Allie Becky. Top of the key. Can she take a 3? Finds it. Kingery. Left wing. Misses. It's going the other way now for Kent State. Kingery had 2 big threes, but she's going to miss that one. Deanna Gray slows it down now with 7:04 in this second quarter. Kent State up 26-16.
Ball State's still looking for their first points here the second quarter, and it's just been a struggle from everyone here in the early going here in the start second.
Tyler to Babbitt. Babbitt to Tyler. Long two. Misses. Fight for the rebound. Richards going to get it. She's going the other way. Kick out to Allie Becky now. Becky. Right wing for three. Becky bucket for three. We've been waiting to see her score. She finally does. It's 26-19. 6.5 to go here in the second.
Monumental shot. Cardinals need to get her going, and finally hits a shot after some shots that were uncharacteristic from her. Finally gets one to fall. Hopefully they start coming in bunches.
Becky immediately on defense. Jenna Batch tries to get a shot. Batch misses that one. Tyler in the restricted zone gets the double team and draws the foul.
That Becky bucket was the first Cardinal bucket all quarter long.
And the foul committed by Alex Richard. That's foul number 2 for Richard early on in this one.
After almost 5 minutes without a Cardinal bucket, finally get on the scoring sheet, and for the first time all day, it was Allie Becky. But if you're the Ball State defense, you need to at least protect the paint, and they've been struggling with that all day. It's been a lot of easy shots for Kent State that have been just wide open or drawing quick fouls, and now back to the free throw line are the Golden Flashes, who missed the first.
And again, that is Janae Tyler shooting the free throw. She misses the first. Only shoots about 52%, so she's expected to make the second. Free tater tots is what the crowd was chanting. They don't get it. Tyler will make the second.
And Kent State's a really solid free throw shooting team, shooting near 80% at the stripe. But if there's someone you're going to foul, it's Tyler, only a 51% free throw shooter.
Becky has it now for the Ball State Cardinals. Flashes lead 27-19, only up by 8 with 6 minutes to go here in the second. Becky finds it to Kiefer. Kiefer to Bischoff, left wing 3! 3 points for Bischoff.
Great ball movement there.
27-22, 5:48 to go. Batch tries to get a 3. She'll miss that one. Cards have it the other way. It's Lachelle Austin, LA. Needs to find an option. She has pressure from Gray. Looks to Allie Becky now. Becky, top the key. Becky. She's on the near side. She makes her way inside the paint. Kick out Kiefer. Kiefer right block. Tries to get a shot. She's fouled on her way for the shot.
That's an unbelievable pass there from Allie Becky, finding Kiefer in the paint, going all around the paint, and just finally getting the bucket there, or not getting the bucket, but drawing the foul, hoping to get a couple pair of buckets right here at the line.
So this is Marie Kiefer. She will make the first. Kiefer had an impressive game earlier this year, 19 points against South Dakota State, and the all-time block leader for Ball State. Able to make both of those free throws. We're down to 3 points. Kent State leads 27-24, 5.5 to go.
Makes both free throws. And what I like about Kiefer's free throw stance is Ball State brings out the full court press all day. She brings the ball all the way down to the ground. Reminds me of Michael Scott a little bit.
Thomas from the right block. She makes it. We're down to 5 now. Kent State leads 29-24, 5:07 to go here in the second. This is Bischoff. Top the key. Looks to her left. That's Becky. Now in the hands of MJ Johnson. Johnson back to Bischoff. Cardinals to LA. Lachelle Austin, that is. To Kiefer. Becky. Would have to be a long 3 with 3 seconds on the shot clock. That was Lachelle Austin with the low shot. It's not even close. It's back in the hands of Kent State.
There's another block right there from Kent State. They've just been doing a good job of just getting in front of every shot and making every look tough.
Kent State leads 29-24, 4.5 to go here in the first half. Dunn finds Thomas. Thomas has to go the other way. It's stolen away by Ball State. They get the rebound. It's Becky. Becky was trying to get a shot up, but there was some contact on MJ Johnson. So heading into the media timeout, we see Kent State leading 29-24, 4:15 to go here in the second. All right, Egan, take us away. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think it's good news for Ball State is Becky finally got a bucket. And for this Ball State team, they need to get her going. But it's just been what I've seen, the biggest thing for me is defensively, they've left the paint open too many times. There hasn't been enough pressure in the paint, and I think I like that they started to bring in the full court press on that last possession. I think they need to bring that out a lot more. I think it's something that I was surprised to not see in the early going, considering how much Kent State struggled with it last season. But now you look at it coming into this game right now, and you're down 5. You still got plenty of ball game left, but you don't want to let this deficit increase anymore. So I think you bring that press, which really throws a lot of teams off. Who knows, get yourself a couple buckets from it and maybe tie this up by halftime.
So again, it is only 5 points. Again, Kent State up 29-24. It was all Ball State early on, but for a while now, it's only been Kent State, which has made this one interesting for sure. As again, it's a 5-point ball game. We'll take a quick timeout during this media break. When we come back, we'll get ready for the remainder of the second here on SL Digital, presented by Victory Honda Muncie.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
SportsLink is the official production partner of Ball State Athletics.
All the chirp you can handle.
Welcome back to Worthen Arena. It is Kent State, Ball State. Women's basketball here for some action on this Saturday afternoon. Gillie, Sam Egan, and as the Flashes make their way back on the court, one of the big differences between these teams, it has to be rebounding.
Oh, absolutely. It's 18-9 in that statistic right now, and it's really a stat that Ball State has kind of struggled with a bit this season. Overall, the team's Ball State only averages 37 per game. Kent State is at 40, so statistically they've been a much better rebounding team, but not like this, not this significantly different. It's been surprising that they've controlled the boards. We mentioned in the early going Jenna Batch, who is a very tall guard standing at 6'2". Ball State might have a tough time containing her, and indeed they have so far with her and the combination of Bridget Dunn.
Becky inbound to Kiefer. Kiefer with some pressure from Dunn, and there's some contact. Gonna have to wait and see who the call officially goes to.
Alex Richard in for BSU.
Right now it's 29-24, 4:04 to go here in the second as Kent State will inbound this one in.
So I mentioned Batch and Dunn, but Janae Tyler has 7 rebounds so far in this ballgame, leading either side in that stat, and she's almost out-rebounding Ball State on her own.
Murray will find it in the hands of Babbitt at the top of the key. Babbitt to Dunn. Dunn finds Tyler. Tyler inside the paint. It's blocked by the Cardinals. They're going the other way now. L.A. Lachelle Austin looks to find Alex Richard. Richard triple teamed inside the paint. Misses that one. Rebound for the Cardinals. This is MJ Johnson. She's fighting on the floor. Jump ball, possession, Ball State.
Yeah, smart play by MJ Johnson. Knowing Cardinals have the arrow, just jump on it, get the ball, and keep the ball in your possession, at least force a better shot with 20 seconds on the shot clock.
Allie Becky looks to get this one inbounded now for the Cardinals. In front of the pep band and the student section with a good crowd here today. Michelle Austin finds it to Bischoff. Bischoff back to L.A. now. L.A. finds it to Bischoff, top of the key. Takes the three, and she'll make it.
We've seen a couple hesitation shots that she puts it up and puts it in. That's her second three-pointer of this second quarter, and Cardinals just like that, only within 2.
Kent State leads 29-27. It's down to 2 with 3 minutes to go here in the first half. This is Batch. Batch to Dunn at the top of the heap. Back to Batch right wing. Batch heave to Gray. Gray back to Dunn out of Carmel. Gray left corner 3, misses it. Batch gets her own rebound. She fights for the basket, misses. Gets in the hands of Tyler. Tyler.
The rebounds again, another offensive board for the Flashes.
Finds it to Hildebrand. The freshman will score. It's 31-27, 2:36 to go here in the second.
It's a rebound number 8 already for Janae Tyler with 7 points on double-double watch so far.
Allie Becky gets tripped. It's the other way now for Kent State. This is Gray. Gray goes coast to coast. She'll miss that one. Tyler gets the rebound. There's some contact and a foul.
So Janae Tyler has been the standout player from either side in this ball game. 7 points, 8 rebounds, and with the exception of that possession a couple possessions ago where she got swatted by Alex Richards, she has controlled the paint in both the offensive and defensive side of the floor.
MJ Johnson committed the foul there. Meanwhile, Jenna Batch off the inbound, able to score, makes it 33-27 inside the paint. 2:10 to go here. Allie Becky has it. Becky in front of the Kent State bench. She has had the 3 earlier. She's looking for a big shot. Finds MJ Johnson. Johnson for the left wing. She'll miss that one. Kent State has it going the other way. It's Gray to Babbitt. Babbitt finds it to Dunn now. Dunn back to Gray. And Kent State really slowing this one down at the Cardinal logo.
First time they've slowed it down all day, but why not? You have the lead, and you just want to control it with inside 2 minutes to go. You want to have the lead at half.
Tyler from the right elbow. She'll shoot. She'll score. 35-27 with about 90 seconds to go here in the second. Kent State has the lead of 8.
Talk about a shooter's touch. When you're feeling it off every rim, off every backboard, and somehow finds its way in.
As that's MJ Johnson in the restricted zone. She gets the shot in the paint. She shoots. She scores. Makes it 35-29, 1:15 to go here in the second. So under 75 to play now. It's in the hands of Tyler. Tyler, Babbitt, both at the top of the key. Both won't take a 3. Looks to her right. That's Dunn. Dunn finds it to Gray now from the right wing. Gray gets double teamed. Looks for the option. That option ends up being Babbitt. Back to Gray now. Finds Dunn. Dunn heaves it to Batch. Batch tries to get a shot. It's missed. Cardinals have it going the other way now. It's Allie Becky. Becky, spin move. Right hook. She misses. That was from the right block. It misses with now 37 to go here in the second. This is Gray. Gray with some pressure from Allie Becky, who again immediately back on defense. That's been one thing the Cards have done well, is played some good defense.
About 9 seconds between the shot and game clock here.
18 to go in the first half. Shot clock down to 5. Kent State looks for a shot. That's Batch, right corner, misses.
Missed everything right there is Batch, and 4 for 8 in the ball game, but has yet to hit a 3-point attempt. She's 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. So the Cardinals have 11 seconds, try to get another buzzer beater, at least cut in this deficit, have some momentum going into the half.
MJ Johnson finds it in the hands of Allie Becky. She picks it up with 11.1 seconds to go. Across the logo with 8 seconds. Becky, she's going to take a shot. No shot clock. Down to 3. She's on the near side. Step back. Long 2. Misses.
Becky can't get it to fall. Has not been her half. Only 1 for 5. Has not been the Cardinals' half as they trail by 6. MJ Johnson, though, nonetheless, an impressive performance. She has 8. She's the Cardinals' leading scorer. And on the other end is Janae Tyler, who is on double-double watch, 9 points, 8 rebounds. She's been the standout for Kent State. But it really stood out to me towards the end of that half, for the Cardinals at least. A lot of shots from MJ Johnson. She took a 3. She had not made a 3-pointer in her NCAA career heading into this season. She's made 2 this season, only a 15% shooter. Now, granted, that's a sample size of 2 shots or 15 attempts. But nonetheless, it's a Cardinals team that you need shots, you need buckets, and I don't think that's the shot you need to get, but that's the shot they have to settle with because Kent State hasn't been giving them anything that they've been comfortable with taking.
So Kent State leads 35-29. It's halftime here from Muncie. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll recap the first half here on SL Digital, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Ranked number 2 in the nation for sports media by the Broadcast Education Association.
This is Ball State Sports Link.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
The best stories in Ball State sports, plus live broadcasts right in your timeline.
Follow us at BSU Sports Link.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesuites.hamptoninn.com. At munciesuites.hamptoninn.com.
From the bell tower to your smartphone, anywhere in the world.
Never miss Ball State sports with SportsLink Digital.
So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one Mammoth from Mancino's. So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one Mammoth from Mancino's.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Standards. High standards. That's what sets teams apart. It's also what sets us apart at Pridemark Construction. We're not alone in holding our standards high. Ball State University is among those who do. That's why we're proud to sponsor the Ball State Athlete of the Week. High standards in everyday performance is everything in sport, as well as business. Join us in our pursuit of excellence. Join Pridemark Construction for your next building project and in our support of Ball State University's Athlete of the Week.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
From trivia night at Brothers and tater tots at Roots.
Never miss a Ball State game with SportsLink Digital.
Welcome back to Worthen Arena. It is Ball State, Kent State. Maxwell Gillie, Sam Egan here on SO Digital, presented by Victory Honda Muncie. And, well, Sam, Cards trail this one 35-29. There have been some things that have gone well. There have been some things that haven't gone as well. What have been your thoughts overall so far?
Biggest takeaways here. I think both teams have not really shot the ball well, especially in that second quarter. I think for Ball State, obviously the rebounding was kind of the biggest thing, being out-rebounded 22-13. And obviously this is a team that really hasn't trailed much. It's a team that is so offensively reliant. And to only put up 29 points in the first half, it's a little bit shocking for them.
So again, one of the things that I always like to look at, of course, Kent State, they've got 22 points in the paint. That's something Ball State really is going to need to work on here in the second half, is stopping those fights in the paint, especially when you have a player like Tyler.
Yeah, and in turn, you got to be getting those paint points right back. I mean, Alex Richard had 33 points last game, with a large majority of those coming inside the paint. And today, she only has 2 points, and Cardinals as a whole only have 8.
And again, across the MAC, there have been some games that are going to be happening here today. Of course, this one, 35-29. We are going to see Western Michigan at Central Michigan at 1, as well as Buffalo at Miami. Eastern Michigan at NIU, Ohio at Akron, and then we got Toledo at Bowling Green. That is a big one. Not only is it the Battle of I-75, but oh, by the way, Toledo is looking to be one of the best teams in the conference. They got the big win over Ball State. If they can beat Bowling Green, that'll definitely help them in the standings, because it's really going to be the battle between Buffalo and Toledo for the 2 seed here in the tournament in Cleveland. But hey, we're going to blink and it's nearly time for the MAC tournament.
Yeah, and if you're a fan of action, you watched part 1 of the Battle of I-75 with the men's team between Bowling Green and Toledo last night. That game coming down to the wire. We obviously know Ball State men's team, their last game came at the hands of Toledo, a gut-wrenching loss, and Toledo had a gut-wrenching loss go right back to them the exact same fashion. Bowling Green getting the bucket with just a second to go and winning that one in Toledo. This one, different venue. It's at Bowling Green, and Toledo their women's team looking to avenge their men's team here tonight.
So again, if you've been enjoying this one, guess what? We got more basketball for you. Coming up, it'll be Ball State men's basketball hosting Buffalo. That one tipping off at around 2:30. I believe we'll find out when this game's obviously over, but it's going to be Braden Carroll, Rowan Elbert taking you for that one. But Master Gillie, Sam Egan here. We've had a great time so far for this one, and I tell you what, if you're watching this one on ESPNU and doing the right thing and muting that and turning us on, you've had a heck of a fun one to watch, because it hasn't been perfect, but I got to tell you what, these two teams have had some big moments, and in the second half, you have to expect that you're going to see more from Allie Becky.
Oh, it's only going to get bigger. I mean, Ball State's big-time players haven't made big-time plays yet, and you're expecting that at some point. It's a Ball State defense who hasn't really gone to their full-court pressure all game long, now trailing by 6 in the second half. There's going to be a lot of urgency with that team, and with urgency comes 2 things. You can't be too urgent and just chuck up shots, but in turn, you have to play good defense. You have to not foul. You have to commit. You have to have pressure without having too much pressure, and you have to make sure you find the right shot without going too deep into the shot clock.
So we're going to have another quick timeout. When we come back, we'll fully break down what we need to see in the second half. Again, this is Ball State versus Kent State. Golden Flashes lead 35-29 here in Muncie. Take a quick timeout here on SL Digital, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Ranked number 2 in the nation for sports media by the Broadcast Education Association.
This is Ball State Sports Link.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
The best stories in Ball State sports, plus live broadcasts right in your timeline.
Follow us at BSU SportsLink.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesuites.hamptonin.com. At munciesuites.hamptonin.com.
From the bell tower to your smartphone, anywhere in the world.
Never miss Ball State sports with SportsLink Digital.
So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one Mammoth from Mancino's.
You're listening to SportsLink Digital, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Your home for live Ball State sports.
Welcome back here to Muncie, Indiana. Worthen Arena is where we are, of course, for Ball State versus Kent State for some Saturday afternoon action. It is Ball State versus Kent State. My name is Max Gillie, joined by Sam Egan. And Sam, if you're just now tuning in, Cardinals trailing this one 35-29. Who has played well for the Cardinals so far?
For the Cardinals, their leading scorer, MJ Johnson, has had a big impact. But towards the end of the second quarter, you saw an impact from one of the big core fours, and that's Madeline Bischoff. Hit a couple three-point shots, and Cardinals need her to get going from beyond the arc if they have a shot in this ball game. We've mentioned the surprise of probably their two best players this year in Alex Richard and Allie Becky. Richard averaging 15 points per game, 15.5 points per game. That's leading this Cardinals team, with Allie Becky closely behind her, averaging 15 as well. So you get about 30 points from the two of them, roughly a game. And Allie Becky and Alex Richard have combined for 5, which is very surprising, and the Cardinals have had to find their scoring from other options.
Meanwhile, for Kent State, it has been the Janae Tyler show. She has 9 points. She has 8 rebounds. And coming into this one, a lot of people were expecting to see a big game from Jenna Batt. She's played well, but Janae Tyler's probably been the surprise of this one.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you mentioned that she made her first career start in Muncie last year, and she dominated, not dominated, but she's dominated here so far in the early going today. Mentioned that she could probably look to make a big impact here in her first game back in Muncie since that first career start, and indeed she has. She's definitely on pace for a double-double. Only needs 1 point and 2 rebounds to reach that mark. But Batch, you mentioned 8 points as well from her, and Bridget Dunn, who is in her homecoming, only 4 points but 8 rebounds from her as well, and those rebounds have been leading to second, third, and fourth chance points, which have been the key so far for the Kent State Golden Flashes.
And speaking of those rebounds for Bridget Dunn, that's why she is, of course, ranked 5th nationally in defensive rebounds a game with 8.2. She's also ranked 2nd in MAC rebounds a game with about 10 per game. So, I mean, when you need someone to rebound, you got to go to the Hoosier out of Carmel, Indiana, in Bridget Dunn. And as we mentioned, this is one of the few times she gets to be near home. Carmel, not that far away from Muncie, only about an hour. And the former Indiana All-Star. Super excited, I know, to be back here in Worthen. And we're excited that you chose to tune in to FL Digital Radio. It is Ball State versus Kent State. Women's basketball here on Saturday. for this Ball State doubleheader. Again, Buffalo versus Ball State will be happening after this one. Stay tuned on SL Digital for that one. But here we go from Muncie. It is Kent State now going from left to right as we get to see it in the hands, starting out with Maya Babbitt. Babbitt takes it from the left block. She will shoot. She misses. And the Cards get a rebound. It's in the hands of Bischoff now. The rebound courtesy of Kiefer, who has it at the top of the key. Kiefer to her right. That's Becky. Allie Becky makes her way inside the paint. Mentioned the Cardinals need to score inside the paint. As there's Becky, but before we can do that, there's a whistle and a foul.
And it's against the Cardinals here, and they cannot afford to get into foul trouble. Kiefer, her second of the game, so not too much of a cause for concern, but you can't afford another one early on in this third.
Call there was the illegal screen as the Golden Flashes lead 35-29 with about 40 seconds into the third quarter, 9:18 to go. As Kent State goes around the horn. It's Batch from the left wing. She drives her way inside the paint. Right-hand hook shot misses. It's rebounded by Alex Richard, and Becky has it now at the Cardinal. Becky across the timeline, looks to the right wing. Finds Richard inside the paint. And Richard tried to get a shot, but you saw Tyler hit the deck. They're going to call a foul there on Tyler, so the block gets her second foul.
A discussion before the foul call. It's going to be a push, and it looks like Richard's going to be going to the line. A dangerous pass from Allie Becky, and a pass that only Allie Becky can make, and that one just threaded the needle, able to get to Richard, draw the foul, and now she'll be shooting two.
And we mentioned she'd be shooting two. She misses the first. Does Alex Richard. Well, Alex Richard joined the 1,000-point club in the win versus Toledo. She had 33. Today, she makes the second and only has 3. So, maybe tough to replicate the 33 points. You never know. Still got some time. 35-30, 8:58 to go here in the third.
Considering the Cardinals only have 30 as a team, she'd have to have probably the next 30 points herself.
That's how you get on SportsCenter if you can have a performance like that. 35-30, 8:54 to go here in the third. As there's a stoppage in the action. We will. Looks like it was tipped out by Kent State, so it will be the Cardinals set to inbound this one in front of the many people here with those courtside seats this year. Here comes Lachelle Austin. She has it at the top of the key. Finds Kiefer inside the arc. Back to L.A. on the far side now. L.A. Richard. From the free throw line is Richard. She won't take a shot. She instead hands it off to Becky. Becky, left wing. Becky drives her way inside the paint. Right hand scoop and misses. It's going the other way now. This is Deanna Gray. She goes coast to coast and scores.
Deanna Gray.
Impressive take right there. Cardinals going back quickly.
Mentioned going coast to coast. That's Allie Becky. She gets fouled by Jenna Batch. She was underneath the basket. A heave from the Cardinals off that inbound. Sent it to Allie Becky inside the restricted zone. There's some contact. And foul given there to Batch. That's her first, team second. That's going to send Allie Becky to the line. And Coach Starkey kind of livid after seeing the replay. Either way, the call still stands. Here comes Becky. Free throw number 1 is up. Swishes that one in.
Becky, an 88% free throw shooter. But going back to that pass from Lachelle Austin, some impressive stuff going the length of the court with that pass. Averaging 3.5 assists a game. And just past 90 assists on the season. She's at 91 right now so far, so she's looking to get to potentially 100 before the season closes.
As we see Becky, she will make both. It is 37-32, 8:16 to go here in the third. Batch has it going the other way for Kent State. She's on the left wing, finds it to Gray. Gray, Tatiana Thomas with the pass there. As Alex Richard fouls her inside the paint. It was the pass there from Batch to Tatiana Thomas. Richard is there. There's some contact, and that's foul number 3 now on the Ball State Barbie, Alex Richard. So that's going to send her to the bench. Sends in M.J. Johnson, who's come off the bench today and had a heck of a day.
It's been a relatively clean first half. Only 10 combined fouls between the two teams, and already 4 here in the first 2 minutes to start off third quarter, 2 apiece.
Tatiana Thomas made her first free throw. Fires the second. It's good. 39-32. 8:08 to go here in the third. Advantage still to Kent State. Lead up to 7 now. This is Allie Becky. Becky gets double teamed at the left block. Becky needs to find an option. That option is MJ Johnson. Back to Becky now from the left wing. Becky, 3! Misses. Off the front of the rim. Gray has it going the other way. Bounce pass to Thomas, but Thomas is going to travel. So you saw the pass there to Thomas. She's from the right block. She travels, gives it back to Ball State. That would have been a good basket, but that one's missed.
That's a big time for the turnover right there. Only 7 on the game for the Golden Flashes, and if the Cardinals want to get back in it, they need to force more of those.
Cardinals need to take advantage for sure. As Bischoff gets a rebound, she misses that one, but gets her another rebound. Kiefer has it at the top of the key, but the pass from Michelle Austin. Austin, bounce pass to Johnson. Tried to do a fancy play there with a quick pass to MJ Johnson. It's unsuccessful. Lands out of bounds in front of the courtside seats here at Worthing. So we are going to see Jenna Batch out of Loveland, Ohio, inbound this one in.
You saw earlier on the possession, Bischoff trying to get a 3-point attempt as the Cardinals bring the full court press. She's a 3-point specialist, was top 50 in the country last year in that statistic, and she isn't really too comfortable with her inside shot. Only 25% of her shots have come from inside the arc.
Off the inbound, it's in the hands now of Maya Babbitt. Babbitt at the top of the key. Pressure from Allie Becky. Has to find Gray to her right. Gray finds it in the hands of Batch now. Batch. Pressure from MJ Johnson. Batch heaves it to Tyler. Tyler inside the paint, can't get it, and there's a tangle up. And jump ball possession goes to the Cardinals.
Cardinals hold the possession, but nonetheless another offensive rebound from this Kent State team. That's 8 compared to the Cardinals 4, and the rebounds are now 25-16 Kent State, and that has been the biggest factor so far in this ballgame.
Allie Becky across the timeline now with 6:42. Cardinals trail 39-32. It's in the hands of Bischoff from the right wing. Bischoff, Becky, top of the key. Becky heaves, LA. From the left corner, 3 misses. Kiefer, she gets the rebound, finds it back to Michelle Austin. Austin spin move inside the paint. Can she get a shot? No. As there's the shot clock violation by LA. It was incredibly close to getting the release, but officials deemed that was the shot clock violation. Coach Sally having a quick conversation with one of our officials. No ill will, just wanting an explanation.
Yeah, he thought maybe that shot from Austin, that initial shot, the initial 3-point shot may have glazed the rim, but fortunately for Austin and the Cardinals, it did not end up in a shot clock violation, and just more tremendous defense from this Kent State team, wasting time and more importantly getting big stops.
That is Jenna Batch. She's from the left block. She shoots, she scores. Makes it 41-32. 6 minutes to go here in the third. Cardinals down by 9. It's Allie Becky in front of that Ball State bench. Becky finds Kiefer. Kiefer heaves it to Bischoff. Bischoff left corner 3. No, it's gone. Kent State has it going the other way. It's Babbitt. Babbitt finds it to Gray. Gray to Batch. Batch will find it in the hands of Babbitt. 3-pointer from the top of the key.
Butter from Babbitt right there, and a big-time shot. The biggest lead of this ball game for Kent State. They're up 12. A Maction upset is brewing. And for the Cardinals, only 5 for 17 from beyond the 3-point arc, only shooting under 30%. That has been their depiction so far of why they are trailing. And Gillie, an absolute shock right now.
And again, we have mentioned the Cardinals have struggled these last few games and still struggling in this one. So it's 44-32. Kent State leads was 5:37. There's a media timeout at this point, as Ball State did take the timeout, but we are going to keep it here as currently it is a 12-point lead. That's the advantage for Kent State, and that is the largest lead of this ball game. And I mean, it feels like it's been all Kent State for quite a while now. I mean, the last time the Cardinals led was with 5:33 to go here in the first, but Kent State's starting to run away with this. If you're Coach Sally, what are you telling this team?
I mean, for Ball State, half of their shots have come from beyond the arc, and they were at points where they didn't need a three. They just needed a bucket. And now you're almost at a point where you kind of need those three-pointers to fall, but with still 15 minutes to play, there's plenty of time to get a bucket, get a stop, get a bucket, get a stop. I mean, if you've watched college basketball this year, you know 12 points isn't the end of the world by any means. We've seen plenty of 12-point comebacks just within the last 5-10 minutes alone. So, I mean, plenty of time here for the Cardinals, but they need to get buckets and quick, need to find open looks, and they've been starting to find those open looks. They've been moving the ball around well. These last two possessions, the shots just have not fallen, and you just got to make sure you put the ball in the hand of your best shooters in Allie, Becky, and Madeline Bischoff, who Bischoff struggled a little bit today. Becky's also struggled a bit today, but you got to get the ball in their hands, and you got to get Alex Richard involved, who's been silenced all second half. And for the Cardinals, do you maybe make a move and maybe bring in Tessa Towers in to try and maybe bring in the paint a little bit? Because they are just getting bodied in every aspect of the floor right now, offensively, defensively, and they need some sort of momentum shift.
That would definitely be an interesting choice if you are Coach Sally. But again, it's 44-32, 5:37 to go here in the third. And tell you what, this has been an interesting one so far. And this is a really important game for Ball State. Not only do they have that two-game advantage in first place in the MAC standings, but Ball State's won 15 straight home conference games. Their last loss was a 2-point loss against Toledo on February 25th, 2023. So you have a near 2-year homestand undefeated record. You want to keep that. If you need any motivation, that's another reason you want to get the win.
Oh, there's plenty of reasons for motivation. I mean, you don't need to tell them twice about what they need to do and what is at stake, but this Cardinals team, who is still seeking their first outright MAC championship, all of a sudden could be at risk with the loss here today.
So it is 44-32. The timeout is over. Kiefer set to inbound this one in for Ball State. And it's in the hands of Allie Becky.
I mentioned one of the keys of the game here in the early going was for Kent State to control the game early on, get the crowd out of it, and so far they've done exactly that.
Shell Austin, right wing, can't take a three, finds MJ Johnson. Johnson drives her way inside the paint. It's stolen away. That's Tatiana Thomas. Thomas has it going the other way. Thomas finds it to Deanna Gray. Gray slows down the pace now. She's on the near side. Gray from the left wing finds it in the hands of Batch. Batch now with a lot of pressure from Lachelle Austin. It's nearly tipped away. Batch just kind of being held at the top of the key. Shot clock down to 6. This is Gray. Drives her way inside the paint. Tries to lay it in. She misses. Cards have it going the other way. That's Lachelle Austin. She has it across the timeline. Lachelle Austin from the MAC shield. She'll miss that one. Rebound for Kent State. It's in the hands of Gray, courtesy of Jenna Batch.
Cardinals had numbers right there. Could not find the open shot in the corner. Tried getting the shot at the rim, and unfortunately for Austin, could not go down. The deficit remains at 12 after Kent State finally couldn't buy a bucket on the previous possession.
Journey Hildebrand, who subbed in during the timeout, has it. She kicks it out to Gray now from the left wing. This is Gray. Pressure from MJ Johnson. Finds it to the shot clock violation. You saw Kent State waiting too long, trying to get themselves some good shots, and it ends up being a shot clock violation. So good defense by Ball State.
Some good ball movement, a little bit too good a ball movement from Kent State. They were just moving around. They lost track of the time right there, and a huge turnover for Ball State right there to take us into the media timeout, and another chance for Brady Sally to just regather the troops, talk about what they need to do. And right now, if you're Sally, you need to draw up a play where you get at least 2 points here. Draw up your best play, get the ball in the hands of your best shooter, and get something going.
So it's 44-32, 4:13 to go here in the third. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, more Ball State women's basketball here on SL Digital, presented by Victory Honda Muncie.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesuites.hamptonin.com. At munciesuites.hamptonin.com.
SportsLink is the official production partner of Ball State Athletics.
All the chirp you can handle.
Welcome back to Worthen Arena. It is Ball State, Kent State on the Think Pink game. And again, this is a really cool thing Ball State doing, of course, wearing the pink warm-up uniforms. They have a couple giveaways. If you donate, you can have a chance of getting a signed jersey in the upper concourse at Gate 1 until the start of the third quarter. And by the way, we're here at Worthen Arena. I just spoke into existence the advertisement on the video board. It was showing just the upcoming events, and hey, they're listening to me. Hopefully you've been having a great time listening to this one, as again, it is Ball State trailing Kent State 44-32. We're having some fun. Let's dial it down and focus on the task at hand. Egan, what did you see so far that you think Coach Sally needs to talk about his team?
I think just taking smarter shots for starters. A lot of bad turnovers, a lot of just ill-advised shots, and I think for the Cardinals, there's a lot of things that you need to work on here. I mean, they haven't made a field goal at all here to start this third quarter. All their points have come from the free throw line, so I mean, when everyone's missing, it's kind of hard to say, hey, one person take a shot or get the ball to this person because they have the hot hand right now, when no one really has a hot hand. But the bottom line is you just got to move the ball around, just keep moving it around, find an open shot, and just force a mismatch, set a lot of screens, and make their Kent State defense uncomfortable, which they've just been so comfortable all game, and it's shown in the stat sheet. Cardinals have only had 32 points, a team that's averaged 74 so far this season.
Back in the action with 4:08 to go here in the third. Cardinals inbound as Grace Kingery joins the ball game. She was on the bench. She's back in here. Has some big threes earlier as Kingery on the far side finds it to Bischoff. Bischoff right wing needs to look for an option. That option ends up being Lachelle Austin from the left wing. Austin misses that one.
And the Cardinals need a better shot right there. Austin only a 27% free throw shooter, or three-point shooter, excuse me. And I know Allie Becky isn't out there, but you got to at least try and get a better shot up there. You had some more time in the shot clock.
As this is Tatiana Thomas. Thomas tried to get it in the hands of Bridget Dunn, but there is an offensive foul on Tatiana Thomas, her first. Team's third, as Thomas and Hildebrand will hit the bench. We will see Tyler make her way in, joined by Batch.
Cardinals trying to get any momentum going and charge. Maybe a good way to do that on the defensive end. Now hopefully the offensive side can get things going.
3:25 to go here in this ball game. Kent State leads 44-32. It is Bischoff from the left wing. Finds it in the hands of Kingery from the right wing now. Back to Kiefer. Kiefer, top of the key. Now MJ Johnson. 7 seconds on the shot clock. She gets the three-pointer from the right wing. She'll miss that one. Rebound by Kent State. It's Batch.
Cardinals just cannot find any open looks, and as a result, it has just been a struggle so far here in this third quarter. Their two best players are Richard and Becky at the scorer's table, and they're looking to turn things around in a heartbeat when they get back in there.
Batch has it from the left wing. She drives her way inside the paint, has to heave it to Bridget Dunn. Bridget Dunn uses her size to keep it alive. Left corner three. Got it. That's Jenna Batch. That's a nice three-pointer for her. She's up to 7. As Flash lead 47-32. 2:30 to go here in the third. It's up to 15 now for Kent State. This is MJ Johnson, right block. Cardinals in a must-score scenario. MJ Johnson gets tripped up in the jump ball scenario. Possession to Kent State.
Kent State will get the basketball right here, already with their biggest lead of the day at 15, and it's just been a shock here at Worthen for these Cardinals fans who expected a big win here today from the conference leaders in the Cardinals, and right now their potential outright MAC championship lead goes from 2-1 if the result holds.
47-32, 2:13 to go here in the third quarter. It's in the hands of Deanna Gray. Gray slows it down, kick out to Tyler. Tyler finds it to the Carmel native, Bridget Dunn at the top of the key. Dunn finds it in the hands of Batch. Every Kent State Golden Flash had a hand on it. It's missed. Cards have it the other way. This is Lachelle Austin inside the paint. Lachelle Austin, her option ends up being Bischoff. Bischoff gets triple teamed, and then tripped away by Bridget Dunn. Dunn loses it. It's back to the Cardinals now. This is Allie Becky. Becky double teamed, and it's stolen away. That's Maya Babbitt. Babbitt finds it to Batch. Batch with some pressure. And it looks like we'll have to wait and see who the call is.
I think it was Richard took the charge right there and it's going to go against Batch.
How about that? It always feels like you're seeing the block call, never really the charge, but the officials say, hey, Batch had the contact. It gets her second foul.
Second charge we've seen go against the Golden Flashes this quarter. Cardinals still seeking their first field goal of the quarter. We got a minute and a half left, Gilly.
90 seconds to go here in the third. Cards down by 15, 47-32. It's Allie Becky right in front of Coach Sally in the scorer's table. Becky finds it to Bischoff. Now Alex Richard needs to look for her option. Shot clock down to 7 seconds. Becky, top of the key. Three! Allie Becky, big time three.
Needed that. Allie Becky, a big time three. Her second of the game. She's 2 for 4 from beyond the arc, so not having too bad of a day right there.
Under a minute play now here in the third. Kent State leads 47-35. 8 points now, as we mentioned, for Becky. As we saw Batch on the bench, someone needed to take a shot. That was Babbitt. Babbitt misses. L.A. cross-court action. She scores!
Huge. Around and down. Leads only at 10 right now. Cardinals needed this badly, and they got a 2-for-1 opportunity.
Cards on the 5-0 run. It is 47-37. Advantage to Kent State. This is Maya Babbitt. She is slowing down the pace. Down to 12 seconds on the shot clock. Real clock has 15 seconds. Hands it off to Gray. Gray finds it to Dunn. Dunn, left corner three, misses. Allie Becky with the rebound.
Third buzzer beater opportunity here.
With 5 seconds to go. Finds it to Bischoff. Bischoff needs 2 points. It's missed. But out of bounds with 1.1 seconds to go. That was Bischoff from the right block. She tries to get a shot. It's missed. It's tipped out by Kent State. It's Cardinals basketball with 1.1 seconds. Allie Becky trying to get the inbound off of Kent State. It won't count, but a smart basketball play by Allie Becky.
Becky, who's had 3 chances at a buzzer beater, 0 for 3 in this ball game, but that last opportunity was her best by far. Off the body and almost in, just short on that attempt. Cardinals deficit remains at 10, but you saw some life from the Cardinals at the end of that third quarter, and they're going to need a lot of it and a lot of stops in this fourth quarter if they want to avoid the upset here today.
Cardinals trail by 10, 47-37. We will take a quick timeout when we come back. It's the fourth quarter action here from Worthen Arena.
So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one Mammoth from Mancino's.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best zero sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Standards. High standards. That's what sets teams apart. It's also what sets us apart at Pridemark Construction. We're not alone in holding our standards high. Ball State University is among those who do. That's why we're proud to sponsor the Ball State Athlete of the Week. High standards in everyday performance is ever.
There was a review during the timeout. The officials have added 0.2 seconds. We're back here in Worthen Arena. It is still the third quarter. After a review, they say that Allie Becky was fouled with 0.2 seconds to go. My name's Max Gillie, joined by Sam Egan. Allie Becky shoots her first free throw and makes it.
It looked like the quarter was over, and then after a review, a foul and 0.2 of a second left, and Allie Becky, the 89% free throw shooter, knocks down both.
Good job for Allie Becky. She's up to 10. So it is 47-39 with 0.2 seconds to go. As you saw, Deanna Gray try to inbound off of the leg of the Ball State Cardinals. So it's 47-39. And we are going to end the third quarter. So officially at the end of the third quarter, now it is 47-39.
I'll tell you what, I think it's the first time I've seen a quarter end without a buzzer.
Yeah, it was just a unique scenario for everyone in the arena. Of course, the national television audience probably wasn't expecting to come back out of their break and having it back in action, but we'll keep it here as we are in between the third and fourth quarter now. And all right, 10 minutes to go. It is now down only to 8, so Sam Egan, let's call you Coach Egan. What are you telling the team?
Well, I'm telling my team I loved what I saw at the end of this quarter. You got to work fast. You got to control all aspects of the court, both the front court, both the back court. So I think what you're doing here is you're starting off your full court press, maybe throw off Kent State a little bit, and you saw Allie Becky really starting to find her groove at the end of the third quarter. Give her the ball. Let her work her magic. She's been able to either find a shot or find someone open, and although maybe some of the shots haven't gone in, she's been able to find open looks, and you need to continue to let her penetrate the offense for the rest of this fourth quarter. The good news for the Cardinals, they also get the ball to start this fourth quarter too, so you could just blink, and all of a sudden it could be a 2-1 possession game in the first minute or two.
Now, when we look at the stats, we mentioned this many times, but Ball State really only shot 2 for 12. That has to change.
Yeah, and they didn't make a field goal up until the last 90 seconds of that third quarter, so good momentum to end that third quarter, but the first 8 minutes were an absolute disaster, and that is why the score is what it is right now. It's an 8-point lead for Kent State, 47-39, and for Ball State, I mean, plain and simple, you can't have that happen again. You have to get stops defensively, and you can't shoot as poorly as you did. 16% as a team in that quarter, and it's uncharacteristic for a team that's shot so well this year. They lead the MAC in points per game. They are one of the top shooting teams in the MAC, shooting 45%. So for a team that shoots 45% averagely, to shoot a third of what they're shooting, rare. And it needs to turn around quickly, and it needs to turn around with Allie Becky in this first possession. You need to get a buck in this first possession. At least keep the momentum going and make you feel like you can at least start a quarter on the right foot, which they haven't really done since the first.
Interesting to note, the Cardinals on a 7-0 run for the last 2 minutes and 40 seconds. If you are Coach Starkey, your goal just has to be stop that momentum that Ball State is having.
Play clean basketball. Do not settle for bad shots. Like, if I'm Coach Starkey, I do not want to see a three-pointer chucked up unless there's 5 seconds left in the shot clock or less, and it's not really much of any other option. I think the other thing for Coach Starkey that he needs, towards the end of that third quarter, they were not grabbing rebounds. We mentioned how dominant the Flashes were on the rebounding aspect of this game. At one point, they were doubling the Cardinals in rebounds. They had 12 more rebounds than the Cardinals. Now that's only down to 6, so the Cardinals starting to at least control the glass a little bit, and they need to continue to do that, and they need to continue to get more paint points. Only 10 for the Cardinals in this game, and saw towards the end of that quarter, that's how they were getting their buckets, because the three-point shot isn't falling to that.
So if you're just now joining us, my name is Max Gillie. That's Sam Egan. We're here in Worthen Arena as it's Ball State, Kent State. As it's 47-39. Cardinals start this one off now. It's Allie Becky at the right corner. She won't take a three. Finds it to Bischoff. Back to Becky now. Long pass to Alex Richard for the right block. She shoots. She scores.
Her
Makes it
first
47-41.
field goal since the first quarter, Alex Richard. You need her to get going, and she does, at least to start this fourth quarter. Points 5 of the game here after her 33 performance, her career high in the last ball game.
It's down to 6 now, 47-41. 9.5 to play in this ball game. That is Babbitt who has it for Kent State in the Golden Flashes. Finds it to Dunn at the top of the key. Dunn heaves it in the hands of Batch. Batch left wing, can't get a shot. It's out of bounds. Possession, Ball State.
Cardinals in man-to-man defense right there, and Allie Becky face guarding Batch right there. So the most effective shooter for this Kent State team is getting guarded very closely by the best defender on this Ball State team, and see how the matchup plays up throughout the rest of the fourth, with Batch being much larger in height than Becky.
It's L.A. Lachelle Austin, coast to coast. She'll miss that one. Can't get the rebound. Dunn has it for Kent State. They're going the other way now. Batch across the timeline. Finds it to Dunn now near the logo. Dunn heaves it to Gray. Gray slows down the pace once again. Right at the Cardinal head and the eyebrow of the Ball State Cardinal. It's Dunn. Back to Gray now from the top of the key. Has it for Kent State. Shot clock down to 8. This is Tyler. Fights through some pressure. She'll miss that one. Avoids the shot clock violation, but ends up getting last touch by the Cardinals.
So once again, although not going to go down as an offensive rebound for the Flashes, they control the offensive glass, end up getting the ball right back in their possession, and they keep the ball with the fresh 20.
Tyler has it for Kent State. Hands off the Batch. Batch from the restricted zone. Got it. 49-41, 8:33 to go. As there is a whistle.
Scary sight here for the Flashes. Tyler is shaken up on the play, and one of their better players in this ball game here in Tyler made his first start a year ago here at Worthen Arena. Right now she has 9 points and 9 assists, or 9 rebounds, excuse me. All 9 of those points coming in the first half, but a huge blow for this Flashes team as she's been controlling the glass, and right now she heads to the sideline, and arguably their best rebounder takes a seat in one of their biggest moments of the game.
And Tatiana Thomas will re-enter the ball game for Kent State. It's 49-41, 8.5 left in this ball game. Cards only trail by 8. Lachelle Austin from the right wing. Hands it to MJ Johnson to her right. Johnson, now Richard, inside the paint, shoots and misses. Rebound for Kent State. They're going the other way now. It's in the hands of Gray. And Gray slowly makes her way across the Cardinal beak. She's at the middle of the court. Transitions to her left now. Under 8 minutes to go. Cards trail by 8. Kent State has it. In the hands of Batch. Batch finds it to Gray. Gray drives away inside the paint. She'll lose it. Ball State basketball now. That's Allie Becky. Becky goes coast to coast. Can't get a shot. Finds it to Bischoff. Left corner. 3 misses. Richard can't get a rebound. Tatiana Thomas has it for Kent State. Cards wanted a down and back. They don't get it. It's in the hands of Kent State anyway with Deanna Gray to Bridget Dunn.
Couldn't get the carry call right there. And a couple of missed layups and now an open missed 3 for the Cardinals. And those shots that you need to fall, that typically fall, haven't here.
As there's the long 2 by Gray, misses. It's back in the hands of Ball State now. This is Allie Becky. She has 10 points as she crosses the near side. Allie Becky slows down the pace. Shot clock down to 20. 7:06 to play in this ball game. Cards trail 49-41. Long 2 attempted by Richard. She misses that one. MJ Johnson can't get the rebound. It's back to Kent State as they are now right in front of the broadcast booth. Hands it off to Maya Babbitt. Babbitt, big time 3 for the sophomore guard. She's up to 9 points. This is Allie Becky. Becky, big time 3, left corner, misses. That would have made this place go nuts. It's 52-41, 6.5 to play. As there's Batch, she draws a whistle.
Would have given the Cardinals some big time life right there. Becky dropping her defender and then had the opportunity at the open corner look. Just has not fallen. That's been the story of the Cardinals game here. It's again, mentioned how they shot 16% in that third quarter, and they cannot have a start like that. And it didn't look like it was going to appear that way when they started the fourth quarter with the bucket. Haven't scored since, 0 for 5 since then.
Grace Kingery and Marie Kiefer rejoin the party as Jenna Batch shooting some free throws for Kent State. Free throw 1 is up, misses. No, looked like it missed.
No, it missed. It missed.
And you hear the Cards fans chanting they want their tater tots. If Batch misses 2, that's going to be the loudest this place has been. It's silenced. She makes the second.
Once again, just we're in the arena deflated. Second time where they've had the opportunity for tater tots has not gone their way. Still an opportunity during the men's game and maybe some more opportunities later on.
Got to think of the college kids. They want their tater tots. That's Lachelle Austin at the top of the key. Finds it in the hands of Marie Kiefer. Kiefer from the left wing. It's stolen away by Batch. But Batch is going to lose it. It's back to Grace Kingery. Smart play by the freshman to keep this one alive. Finds it to Lachelle Austin. Shot clock down to 3. Big time shot by Richard. It's missed. And Tyler back in the ball game. She gets the rebound.
Gets her 10th rebound of the ball game here, so another bucket would put her at the double-double mark. The Flashes just have been extending their lead here as this quarter's gone on.
Gray has it for Kent State. Finds Dunn at the top of the key. To her right, it's back to Gray. Batch has it now at the top of the key for Kent State. Batch with some pressure from Lachelle Austin. Needs to find an option. Shot clock down to 3, 2, 1. Blocked. That's Marie Kiefer. The career block leader gets herself another one here today. Becky has it now at the top of the key. Becky, spin move inside the paint. Can she shoot? Yes, she can. She misses that one, though. Richard tried to get a rebound, but there's some contact. 5:14 to go. Clock will stop.
Cardinals need to get buckets in bunches and get bunches quickly. So getting Richard the free throw line, that's a huge thing for this Cardinals team. But Richard early on in the ball game missed a pair of free throws, a 69% free throw shooter. And she's missed her 3rd free throw of the ball game.
Foul given to Janae Taylor. That was her 3rd. Meanwhile, Richard looking for free throw number 2. Fires, and it goes in. 1 for 1 in that case, as Deanna Gray set to re-inbound for Kent State. It's in the hands of Babbitt. Babbitt heave to Gray across the timeline. And once again, as soon as Gray crosses that timeline, she immediately slows down the pace. Gray with some pressure from Allie Becky. Now has to look for an option in front of that Kent State bench from the left wing. That option ends up being Babbitt. Babbitt nearly loses it. She has to find an option. 5 seconds on the shot clock. That was the shot attempted by Batch. Batch will miss this one. There's a little tie-up. And we will have to wait and see what the officials give the call to. But either way, it is 53-42. 4:44 to go in the fourth quarter. The magic number, by the way, 4. In case you are wondering, with 4:44 in the fourth, ends up being immediate timeout. So 53-42, only down to 11 points, and we're going to keep it here. So Sam Egan, feels like the big conversation just continues to be the Cardinals keep it close, but they still just have not been able to get enough momentum to start chipping away this lead.
I mean, they're shooting 14% in the second half. I don't think any team that shoots 14% in a half is going to win the game. I mean, it's been disappointing for the Ball State Cardinals, who have shot the ball so well all season long that obviously you're not going to have games where you're going to be shooting your best, but sometimes, at least for the Cardinals, they've had such a deep roster all season long where if one person struggled, someone has at least picked up the slack a little bit. And rare game here where everyone is just struggling. Even in Ball State's losses this year, they've put up a lot of points. It's the really first time we've seen their offense just get shut down like this, and they've gotten shut down immensely. Only 42 points for a team that averages 75. This is an unheard of performance here, Max.
And the big reason why is Kent State shooting in the paint. They got 28 of their 53 from the paint alone. They've been really good.
And 37 out of the 26 rebounds. We mentioned this in the pregame. Maybe some jitters with the national television crew here today. Obviously, with the national television stage, it might create a little jitters, a little more nerves, and Ball State team that's dominated all season long on the national scale has disappointed a little bit here today.
So it is 53-42 with 4:44 left in this ball game. There is no excuse. This is the time where you have to be firing on all cylinders if Ball State wants to get a win.
And it's not quite at the point where the deficit is insurmountable, but it's definitely getting close to that. And you need a bucket quickly, and you need to just keep going and chipping and chipping and chipping. And, I mean, really, Kent State can't score again.
One of the things about this matchup is these two coaches, they have a lot of coaching experience at some big-time performances. So they're no strangers to having deficits like this if you're Coach Sally or if you're Kent State and Coach Starkey. There's been plenty of times where they've had an over 10-point lead and had to keep it alive. So this is going to be a fun one for sure.
Last 5 minutes or so here. And like you mentioned, time is now for the Cardinals. I mean, you need to get going in a hurry. You need your offense to find, like, at the end of the third quarter, they started to find their groove a little bit, and then once the fourth quarter came around, it just kind of, once they missed one shot, like, it's come in waves. Their shots, when they have scored, have come in bunches, and when they've been missing shots, it's been 5-6 minutes where they've gone without a bucket.
So, just to recap, it is 53-42. Ball State versus Kent State. Maximo Gillie, joined by Sam Egan here in SL Digital, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. And again, the Cardinals this season 20-6. They have been 11-1 at home this year. Their lone loss coming against South Dakota earlier this year. South Dakota State, Jackrabbits, who are always expected to be an NCAA tournament team, and we'll see. Kent State was in the tournament last year. They want to make it again. They're going to have to beat Ball State first to get closer to a higher seed in the MAC tournament in just a few weeks away in Cleveland. All right, buddy, get strapped in. We got under 5 to play here in this one. This is Janae Tyler. Tyler finds it in the hands of Babbitt. Babbitt to Batch now at the top of the key. Batch with some pressure from Lachelle Austin. Batch drives away from the right elbow, misses that one. Shot clock was down to 6. She forced a shot, and that's why it's in the hands of Ball State now. Allie Becky with some pressure as she got double teamed and draws the foul and one. Allie Becky.
Great play there from Allie Becky right there. Not only was it quick into the shot clock, just drove right through the defense. It's something we haven't really seen all game is Ball State going to the paint and drawing contact. Draws the contact, gets the bucket and the foul, a chance for 3.
Fourth foul on Janae Tyler. The and one opportunity for Allie Buckets. AJ Switek called her agent 0, and she makes her 13th point of this one. 53-45. Now down to 6. This is Bridget Dunn for Kent State across the logo, and now in the hands of Gray. Gray standing on the brow of that Ball State Cardinal hat.
Flash is starting to get in foul trouble here. Cardinals, if there's a time for them, it's now.
Dunn with 10 seconds on the shot clock, forces it from the left wing. It misses that one and goes out of bounds.
A smart play from Austin there. Just let that one go out of bounds, not risking any opportunity of touching that ball and losing the possession. Now the Cardinals' opportunity to make this a 2-possession game by getting a bucket.
Under 4 to play now in this one. Kent State leads 53-45. It's down to 6 points. Allie Becky has to fight for the jump ball. Possession would go to the Cardinals. She was at the left wing, and you saw Batch join her trying to dive for that basketball. Ends up going in the hands of Ball State.
Great defense. Tyler checks back in with 4 fouls, taking out Tatiana Thomas. So we'll see with the 2 forwards back out there how this will affect the defense of Kent State.
Inbound by Becky. Finds in the hands of the freshman in Kingery. Kingery left wing. Can't get a shot. Has to find it to Richard. Richard inside the paint. Shoots and scores.
Spins and scores Alex Richard down to 2 possessions, and Kent State breaks the press fairly quickly within 3 seconds.
This is Gray having the possession now for Kent State. She's in front of that Kent State bench. It is 53-47. 3:24 in this ball game. Shot clock down to 13. Dunn has it in the hands of Gray now. Gray Shot clock down to 8. Pressure from Allie Becky. Shot clock down to 5. She gets stripped. And it's going to be a jump ball. A little tangle up. Possession would go to Kent State. And the crowd not happy with this call.
Yeah, I mean, can't blame him for being unhappy. He brings the shot clock back down to 20. And another opportunity for this Kent State team to reset.
Cards fans wanted the travel.
Excuse me, shot clock back down to 3.
So the officials had a quick conversation. Shot clock down to 3. 3:10 to go. Worthen is not happy. They wanted a travel call. Gray needs to inbound. She will try and get it in the hands of Dunn, but that's going to be a shot clock violation.
Great defense, forcing the deflection, forcing the shot clock to start right away. The Cardinals, you don't need a 3 here. You just need a bucket. Keep it close.
3:05 to go in this ball game. 53-47. Cards trail by 6. This is Allie Becky. Under 3 minutes to play now. Becky at the Max Shield. Spin move as she's double teamed. Finds it to Richard. Richard from the free throw line misses. And done with the rebound, but there is a tangle up and some contact. Foul on the Shell Austin. That
Needed
will be
that
her
bucket
second.
from Richard right there. About a 10-footer and just cannot get that one to go down and foul 90 feet from the basket. Cardinals the Flash is not in the bonus yet, so Cardinals still have some fouls to give.
Gray inbounds it in. She is across the timeline now, standing on that Cardinal beak. And once again, as soon as she crosses the timeline, she slows down the pace, finds it in the hands of Batch. Batch heaves it to Babbitt. Babbitt, right wing 3. It's good. She has 12 points.
Could be the dagger right there.
Grace Kingery, left corner 3. Grace Kingery, the freshman, has been on fire. 3 3-pointers in this one.
Not so fast. A pair of quick 3s on both ends and 6-point game. 2 minutes left to play. Strap in here, Gillie.
56-50. 2:08 left in this ball game. Kent State only leads by 6. This is Babbitt. Hands off to Batch. Batch double teamed at the top of the key. 2 minutes to play now. Shot clock down to 10. That is Tyler. She misses it. Becky has it going the other way. Heaves to Grace Kingery. Kingery blocked. That is done. The Carmel native, and there's the foul there by Allie Becky.
Becky called for the foul. Sally is irate, thinking that was a clean play there from Becky. Only her second. Also was looking for a foul there on the Kingery lay. Did not get it called. Frustration brewing for the Cardinals.
Gray inbounds. It's stolen away by Alex Richard. We're down to 4. 56-52. 1:44 to go in this ball game. Cardinals are double teaming Babbitt. Babbitt hands it to Tyler. Tyler across the timeline. We're down to 95 seconds. That is Batch, who is able to score. Timeout will be taken with 93 seconds in this one. It is 58-52. And after some big-time plays, it is Batch who is able to score once again. She's up to 18.
18 for Batch. And all of a sudden, don't look now, but Babbitt has a quiet 12 points. But Cardinals got that big steal, make it a 4-point game, maybe a ball don't lie moment. And then Kent State goes down and gets a huge bucket of mid-range from Batch. And all of a sudden, we're back to 6 points here. You've loved what you've seen from the Cardinals the last 5 minutes or so, but as we mentioned, the third quarter, the slow start to start the quarter is why the deficit is what it is. And if you're the Cardinals, still have time to potentially make a great comeback, but need a bucket in every possession.
So it is 58-52. 1:33 left here in Muncie. It is Ball State versus Kent State. The Golden Flashes only lead by 6. On a Saturday doubleheader here in Worthen. After this one, in about 30 minutes after this one, you will get to hear Braden Carroll and Rowan Albert on the call of Buffalo men's basketball versus Ball State. But for now, an exciting finish. 90 seconds to play is in the hands of Allie Becky. Allie Becky gets double teamed. She's at the left block. Makes her way inside the paint. She gets fouled.
Only takes 6 seconds off the clock there. It's exactly what you needed for the Cardinals. But going back to that last defensive possession, you would have loved if Becky, as that's 5 for Tyler. So she will be taking a seat, a big player to take a seat, so it was a bit of a risk having her out there with 4 fouls. She was out there for 3 minutes and finally gets that 5th foul. Cardinals love to see her off the court. Would love to see that happen a little earlier, but now if this game gets extended even further, that could be something to keep an eye on.
And after having a career day in rebounds, Tyler hits the bench as free throw number 1 is up and good by Allie Buckets.
Back in that last defensive possession, Tyler actually got him out of that full court press. There was a trap in the corner. Ball somehow ended up in the hands of Tyler and ended up in Batch's hands for the point.
Allie Becky free throw number 2 is good. So it's 58-54. 4 points, 1:24 left in this one. Kent State only leads by 4. Dunn gets the tangle up. And there's going to be a foul.
No, I think it was called a turnover. Just stripped out by Kiefer, and looks like Ball State has possession.
That's what Coach wanted.
That's what the ref's signaling.
Okay. So Coach is furious, is Coach Starkey. And a turnover
Cardinals
gives it to
really
Ball
right back.
State. Lachelle Austin finds it in the hands of Kiefer. Kiefer, Richard, now Lachelle Austin right wing. Down to 70 seconds to go. Grace Kingery for 3 from the top of the key. She will miss that one. And we're going to have to wait and see who the call goes on. They give the call to Marie Kiefer. That'll be her 3rd.
Cardinals wanted that call to go against the Flashes. Unfortunately, that call goes against Kiefer, her 3rd foul of the game. Fortunately for the Cardinals, if you wanted the ball to end up in Becky's hand, she didn't even touch it once during the possession. Kingery ended up with the shot.
66 seconds to play. Batch has it as the shot clock will have 28 seconds as the game clock down to only a minute now. 58-54. Kent State leads by 4. They're going to use as much of the shot clock as possible. This is in the hands of Gray. Gray will try and get a contact there. You saw Gray was just trying to hold a shot. There's some contact to stop the clock with 52.3 seconds to go. They get the foul to Lachelle Austin.
And Flash is now in the bonus, but if you're the Cardinals, if you wanted to foul, I don't understand why they didn't foul right at the start of the shot clock, but nonetheless, shooting 2 are the Flashes.
Yana Gray will make the first. So with 52.3 seconds to go, Kent State leads by 5. They look to keep it to 6. Here comes shot number 2. It's good.
Mentioned Kent, an 80% shooting team from the free throw line. Comes down in the stretch, they can hit those big shots.
60-54 with 45 seconds to go. Richard nearly is going to lose it. Becky's able to keep it alive. Finds it in the hands of Kiefer. Kiefer, Lachelle Austin. Down to 36 seconds. Shot clock to 12. Allie Becky
gotta get a shot.
finds Lachelle Austin. It's out of bounds. Cards wanted it last touch by Kent State. Officials say no. Cards had the last touch. So with 31.1 seconds to go, it's 60-54, a 6-point ball game. And we get a quick timeout here. And both of these teams have some timeouts to give, as it looks like we're going to actually go to a review.
Yeah, we're going to check this play out. You mentioned both teams have plenty of timeouts, 3 timeouts apiece from each side, so Coach is doing a good job of hanging on to those timeouts. And you know coaches love them, especially having those in the last 2 minutes or so, and you wonder how many of those are going to be used throughout the free throw timeout here within the next 30 seconds or so. But for the Cardinals, a little bit of disappointing end to what could be a valiant effort with a comeback. Cut it down to 4 points, had the ball, and you thought all the life and the momentum was here in Worthen and that the Cardinals could potentially close it out. And Kent State stood up to the challenge, and right now it's looking like this lead could be a very tough hill to climb if this review stands as how it is.
So it is 60-54, 31.1 seconds to go. Currently the advantage to Kent State, and it would be Kent State basketball on the inbound. That's what the officials are looking for, is to see who last touched it to determine the possession in a long review process by our official crew. And honestly, they've done a pretty good job here. And you know, when you're a sports fan, you don't ever want to like say good things about the officials, but they've been doing a good job here And that's exactly what you want. You don't want it to be a game where the officials have a lot of calls every single time. They've really let them play on. It's just in the last few minutes they've either tightened it down to make sure that this is a exciting finish. So 31.1 seconds to go. Officials still reviewing. It is 60-54.
You want to have your best officials in the games that are nationally televised like this one here today, and they've been doing a great job here today, and it looks like they did get that call right with it going towards Kent State.
So it'll be Kent State possession, 60-54, 31.1 seconds to go in this one. Cardinals trail by 6, and they're going to have to get a quick turnover, as it'll be 31.5 seconds to go. So that was another thing the officials wanted to see, was how much time would be left. They determined 31.5 is the answer. So, Batch on the inbound, finds it to Dunn. Dunn pressure from Kiefer, finds it back to Batch now. Still in Cardinal territory as we see Gray across the timeline. 22 seconds to go, and there's going to be some contact before that timeout. Timeout taken by Kent State with 21.9 seconds to go.
Cardinals decide not to foul there and force a trap in a 2-possession game with under 30 seconds. A little bit surprised by this approach here, but forced Kent State into a timeout after the trap that took really 10, 11 seconds off the clock.
So 21.9 seconds to go. 60-54 still is the score with Kent State leading. And when it all is said and done, we will have to wait and see how much longer Kent State can really hold on to this. I mean, shot clock's only down to 21 seconds, and there's 21 seconds in this game, so Kent State's going to just try and hold the ball for as long as possible.
So it was one of the largest crowds we've seen in Worthen all year, at least in the first stanza of this doubleheader. They may go disappointed, but hoping the men's team can avenge them in the second half.
Gray has it with 20 seconds to go. Shot clock down to 18. Shot clock is turned off. Gray misses one. Thomas misses the other.
And the 3 offensive rebounds right there from Kent State almost epitomizes the game. As Ball State decides not to foul, 5 seconds left. That'll do it.
And Babbitt's going to hold it. So, for the first time since 2022, the Kent State Golden Flashes defeat the Ball State Cardinals 60-54 in Muncie, Indiana. My name is Maxwell Gillie. That was Sam Egan, and boy, oh boy, it was an exciting one for sure. Overall, what were your thoughts on this one?
The Cardinals had it go down to the wire towards the end there. You love the valiant effort at the end from this Cardinals team, but what really stood out to me is first 5 minutes of the second half, they shot 14%. That was just a mark that they really dug them a hole they couldn't get themselves out of. Been preaching and preaching on the rebounds, but when you get out rebounded by 13, I mean, that's going to be a recipe for disaster. The paint points were obviously dominated by Kent all game. Cardinals, part of the reason why they started to come back is they started utilizing the paint a little bit, ended up with 18 to 30 in the paint points with Kent State being on top. But all in all, it was a tough game for this Cardinals team, and a team that shoots on average about 37% from the three-point arc, shot 28% today, so wasn't because of lack of shots either. 7 of 25 from beyond the arc, and just the struggles from beyond the arc, which have really mounted the last 3 or 4 games, once again is why the Cardinals could not come out on top here today.
So your final score, Kent State 60, Ball State 54. Thank you so much for tuning in here on SL Digital, presented by Victory Honda Muncie. Stay tuned. We got Ball State men's basketball against Buffalo coming up in about 30 seconds. On it's Max Really, that's Sam Egan. Thank you so much for tuning in the SL Digital. We will see you back here in 30 minutes here from Worthen Arena.
This has been a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.